Hello, it's me, Terry. Then, I was out of town, and a gentleman came up to me and said, Terry Lynn, aren't you Lawrence Hubert's oldest daughter? Doesn't your dad own, in other words, Discount Pools in Deptford? Isn't your Uncle Joe Rody? Aren't you that girl that managed Future West bedrooms and worked for Macy's and did those great works of charity for the Knights of Columbus in South Philly and New Jersey and was on the Board of Education? Didn't you make cross lollipops? Weren't you the sponsor for Cancer Society for Macy's? What are you doing in a homeless shelter for persecuted Christians? What happened to your leg? What happened to you? What happened to your family? You were a leader in your family. And I began to tell them. I heard a voice from heaven in the showroom who told me, Jesus told me, that the churches were a mess and for me to help. And a miracle occurred. A bottle of pills miraculously turned to water with witnesses. Then the Spirit of the Lord came on me, and I later had to go to the mansion to rescue my boss from mafia that was about to kill him from New York. But my boss did wrong, not listening to me to close the company on the Holy Sabbath, and God rebuked him, sending mafia after him. Then I prayed miracles happened and limbs grew on and feet grew on people and stuff like that, and dead people came back to life, and I tried to contact the White House, and the devil attacked me, and some people lied, like my Uncle Joe and things like that. And now South Philly and people in New Jersey rescued me, found out about me, and helped me. I'm in South Philly, and a lot of South Philly residents, Italians and more in New Jersey and all, knock on my door, or I go to visit them, and I pray with them with cancer and AIDS and things like that, and minister to them, and they're healed. But I lost all my belongings when my foot came off my leg. I had to put all my furniture, four-bedroom house, in storage. Nick Marcantonio Jr., the Grand Knight of the Knights of Columbus, Malvern Retreat House, and others had problems with him. I cast the demons out of him. An angel beat him up. And pastors came to confirm what I was saying is true, and some of them apologized. And the bishop connected with Rome asked me to start house churches. But I lost all my money. My foot came off my leg during a storm. I fell, and I couldn't work, and I might have to claim disability. I am walking. Jesus appeared to me. I'm walking a little, but I can't walk much. I limp a little. And I have to be careful because the foot was off the leg and it's only held on with some steel pins. And people began to cry and pray. And some people needed healing, and I prayed with them. And they said, well, what happened with your family? Well, my family wanted to choose going to Mardi Gras and having good times and partying, many of them. My children had to go stay with family because I fought for my life when my foot was off my leg and I couldn't care for them. And people lied. And people who have known me for years have been defending my integrity. And I know there's a lot of people for me, but I suffered, as different lawyers said to me, Terry Lynn, you're going to be like a rags to well-to-do story. You're going to come out of this. And I said, I hope so. And many people are for me, and those that are against me are in trouble. I tried to contact the White House in order for them to start praying with our cancer patients instead of giving a lot of money to Susan B. Komen and cancer research. We could save a lot of money in the medical field with prayer units, and we could save a lot of soldiers and more with miracles. And the devil tried to kill me for that. But I love God and Jesus, and I'm not giving up. And I lost all my clothes in the fire, and then I was robbed and things like that. And my family chose money over the things of God also in some ways, and were, scared that I was seeing Jesus in miracles, but my family also respects me. And as my dad said at the Thanksgiving table to men from South Philly, my dad asked the men from South Philly, are they holy like his daughter Terry Lynn? My dad took pictures with me and more and was very glad I was there. And some of the men from South Philly said, no, there's not many people like Terry Lynn, but we tried. And I said, that's not true. They go and actually find the sick people, bring them to me to be prayed for. They're doing their job, and they're learning their Bibles. And the Catholic priests in South Philly have done more with the mansion than any church in the USA or anywhere. So I'm asking for your prayers and your contributions to my ministry. And I feel I did the right thing after the miracles. I contacted the White House and they were a little confused because I'm really into the truth of the gospel. And I think the USA has one of the greatest ministries in the world with me. And I would like the president and vice president and governors to confiscate 6012 Landing Road and make it a tour for the USA where even military will come. A death was avoided. And may they live for God and Jesus Christ. Again, there's a future rest that I rescued from mafia, but it was God ordained. God and Jesus wanted it. My name's Terry Lynn Hubert. Call me or email me or fax me and help me do the greatest ministry in the world. Forgive me for all my wrongs. You need to understand, many came against me for my faith in God, or it was the devil, because many souls lived that had cancer and AIDS and diseases and crippled. Back me as we help the USA have the greatest Christian ministry ever known. Contact me.